The Pentagon is now considering pulling soldiers impacted by roadside blasts out of combat immediately for 24 hours. It's estimated half of our soldiers coming home from Iraq and Afghanistan suffer from traumatic brain injuries. Many of those injuries are caused by invisible weapons, blast waves.
Friends of mine, good friends of mine, were hit 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Direct blast. Blew up a vehicle. Get out, get another one. Go back on patrol. There was no, hey, go get your head checked out. You might have an issue. I was supposedly conscious for everything that happened, but I don't remember anything. Well, the military's learned quite a bit. I mean, compared to when I was in, and when I was first hit, and with my guys, physical injuries are the easiest. I say I'm lucky that I came back like this, because the guy that was in front of me got hit just as hard, but he didn't have any bones broken. But he has headaches constantly, memory problems. The only trophy, the only medal that I can wear, because we can't wear our Purple Hearts, we can't wear anything else, so my scars, I wear them with honor and pride. Well, I joined, I completed high school early to join in 2005. I was 18 years old. Did a lot of security, shore force missions, just a lot of patrols. We started off across from the city of Haditha. The day that I was on patrol, the replacement vehicles were just coming back in. So I was really lucky. We were coming back and they were already in the wire, and I was so close to the area and everything went so right that day. Even though I don't remember it, I was lucky. And ultimately I ended up on the little city south of Haditha, where we were tasked with patrolling some areas and making sure some bridges were secure, and happened to be going across a bridge when they blew it up. Anybody that was there that day could not believe I'm alive. I could barely believe I'm alive from what happened. Walking is a bone thing. People know how to deal with bones. Bones are easy. That was, here's a new leg, take it out, walk around, you're gonna be good. That was pretty easy. A thing that got me was really, my TBI, because they didn't really give me a test or a diagnosis like a serious one. I didn't know my injuries. I couldn't remember a week, 2 weeks, and when I came through, I would still miss weeks at a time. I had all my limbs and everything, and most of my internal organs then. But as time went on, things had to get cut off, and some things had to get implanted, and some other injuries became a lot more apparent. Because I know when I came in, PTSD was a 4-letter word, and God forbid we said it. TBI, so many guys get out and they don't know what it is. They don't know they have it. And most of the people don't know what a TBI is. The VA can't really, identify it sometimes. I didn't feel like me until, I would say, arguably 1 full year was when I started feeling like Chris. When I got my TBI inventory done, because it was so far out, they recognized that, yeah, I had one. These are the things I'm gonna have an issue with. When you go to school, you're gonna have a hard time studying. You're not gonna be able to remember things the same, so it's better you come up with a different study plan. And then you go out into the city, into civilian life, and you realize that, something's not right, something's not the same, and you start trying to do things to treat yourself, where a lot of guys drink, do drugs to try and take care of the things themselves because they don't want to see a doctor to do it. Yeah, self-medicating. A lot of the time, they are completely unaware that they are different, and they're different because of this. And so their significant others are unaware of them being different, and they're different because of this. And then also the differences, have an effect on their kids. They sit down and they try and read their kids what is it, Dr. Seuss, and they're having a hard time getting through the dang Lorax. When their kids are able to correct them, that hurts. Guys come back from over there months, weeks after they come back from over there, and they drink themselves stupid. They get in a car and they get driving under the influence, which then they get their rank taken away, and then they do it again. They get their rank taken away. Then do it another time. They get separated out of the Marine Corps, or if they do drugs, they get separated out of the Marine Corps. They don't look at why they're doing it. They don't look at maybe if we treated this, they wouldn't do it. Maybe because of what happened over there, change who they are, and we could help them. You see and you identify, yes, he's got these issues that the Marine Corps ignored, the Navy ignored, the Army ignored, the Air Force ignored. or they were unaware of, that because they choose not to tell them. And they get out, and now they see that these issues are causing them to do things that they wouldn't have normally done. So maybe if they got treatment for these things and they were resolved, then they'd be able to integrate back into society smoother and be a productive member of society, an upstanding citizen. The military has changed so much that they're doing a lot now as opposed to then. I think the retroactive things, because so many guys have gotten out, like TBI really didn't start coming to the forefront of people's minds until late 2007, 2008, which means we were already 6-7 years into the war. So you got guys that got out in 2002 who were in Afghanistan, guys that got out in 2004 that were in initial push for Iraq, hit by umpteen bombs and have no idea why they can't think right anymore, why they have a hard time studying, why they can't remember their kids' names. But today, you know, if you get knocked hard enough, they will send you back to the rear to get an MRI done or something done to get looked at. But that's just now. That's after hundreds of thousands of troops have been through this. So yeah, they're being active now. The command now knows about it. What about the people that are forgotten? The people that have come and are now officially veterans, that have integrated back in a community that you can't go out and see. He's not wearing a high and tight anymore, so how do you know that he's in the Marine Corps, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force? But he's still got the scars left over from war that you can't see. Now that I know, it makes me even more aware. You know, you can't ever judge a book by its cover, because you don't know why people do these things. You don't know what's the motivation behind their actions, their reasons. You can't ever act like you do because you haven't been in their shoes. Remember them, the hundreds of thousands that came before me and before this generation, these years now, that they may not know. Don't let them be forgotten.